Hello, everyone. This is TL. We're back with another segment of Plug News. But this is a very special segment. I have a guest I would like to introduce to you all, and we would like to talk about some events going on this week that are very important to our community. Hello, how are you? Introduce yourself to our people. It is very, 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 very great to have you on our show.
What's up? Well, thank y'all for having me. My name is DJ Slikk. They call me the Mayfield Beginner, Bowling Representative, Louisville Record Spinner, the Mixtape Iron Man, the CEO of the Legions, all kind of stuff, man. I'm a multiple job holding person over here, man. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, I'm all right.
All right, so tell me a little bit about, your inspiration and how you started in the industry and, what led up to this point.
Well, I started off DJing. Used to be in a DJ crew called the Camp DJs back in the day. That morphed into the Allegiance, what we have right now. And right now we're prepping for the 2022 Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards. So that's what we're working on right now. So all that, DJing turned into that to clothing lines, to all type of stuff, but we ended up, running into an award show. So that's what we're doing right now. So that's the focus right now, making sure that the spotlight is on Kentucky and we highlight the best and up and coming artists from Kentucky.
That is amazing. It's truly, surreal to have people in Kentucky who are artists, visually, vocally, people who are clothing designers, be able to come together in one room to uplift each other, to network, to learn from each other. So tell everybody a little bit about how the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards started. When did you start this award ceremony, and how is it helping our community?
All right, so it used to be called the Kemp Awards. So when we were the Camp DJs, there used to be an award show called the Kemp Awards. That was started by DJ Marley Mark, who is my brother still to this day, and he's also in the Legions now. But that just kind of morphed into something else. So now we have the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards, which is this is technically our 7th year, but it's our 5th year doing it because of COVID. During the COVID years, we did we have big awards. Our biggest awards are usually the Static Major Award, which is big and near to everybody in Kentucky, rightfully so. And then we also have Living Legend Awards. So during those times that we didn't have an actual award because of COVID, we gave away those awards though. So we gave away the big awards, but we just didn't have like the Artist of the Year and all those things. So we missed a couple years. So this is technically year number 7 for the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards, but it's really year number 5 of actually having a real ceremony.
That's awesome. I know that COVID affected everyone, not only us in Kentucky, but it affected everyone across the United States, even out of the United States. They got impacted a lot harder than we did. So leading up to the award ceremony, what are some of the things that, you had to do to prepare for this moment?
Well, I mean, it takes a lot. It's a whole big, long process. So for the people who are not really familiar with it, we have a voting process. So we have open nominations, basically. So we take open nominations for a month, and then we have voting for a month. But we don't just take the popular vote. So for instance, if say I was nominated for Model of the Year, and obviously I'm not a model. So we're not going to just take that and just go with what the public says. Anybody could run a bot or do something, and create things nowadays. So we're not going to do that. So we basically have a 10-point program, or if you look at it like 100%. So 40% of that is the actual popular vote. And then we have a 6-person panel. And that 6-person panel is we have people from every market within the state of Kentucky. And then we also have somebody from outside of the market to get that influence. So you can't just be popular to get people to vote for you and then just win it just because, you got a whole bunch of votes. You have to go through the whole process, and we have a panel to make sure that if something is not right, we can fix it. So that's the best way that we've figured out to run it and make it honest. And we've been running it that way. And, sometimes we get it right and sometimes we get it wrong, but the process is the process. So that's the best thing that we could do.
I know that it probably has to be a very joyful feeling for you to be able to create something like this for our community and people outside of our community to have an inside view of the greatness that we produce here in Kentucky. I know there are a lot of people that think that Kentucky is not industrious for entertainment and things of that sort. So I just want to ask you, do you think that the Kentucky entertainment industry is on a rise?
Oh yeah, but it's been on the rise. It's just one of those things that people are now getting really familiar with. I mean, we've always had people behind the scenes in the industry. If you look from Kanye to Drake to Lil Wayne, somewhere in their camp is somebody in Kentucky that's in conjunction with what they got going on. Whether it's the stage management, whether it's clothing, whether it's engineering, it's all sorts of things. So we've always had people behind the scenes and really, really high up within the music industry, but nobody really knew those people because that maybe they weren't tapped in or those people weren't just out flying what they were doing. But now you're starting to see the surge of all these artists, all the people, the producers, the clothing lines, and all this Kentucky influence is just like on the rise, and we've been promoting it. You know what I'm saying? So we've been tapped into what was going on. It's just lovely to see the whole world finally catching on to it.
Yes, I think that that's amazing. Only because I mean, people would never think that, little old Kentucky, we have amazing artists visually, we have amazing rappers, we have amazing DJs and poets and clothing designers, and having them all come together in this space is just, I don't know, it's almost an experience that I could think that would never be achievable some way.
It's one of those things to where like a lot of people see Louisville. All right, so you see Louisville being the biggest market within Kentucky, and a lot of people only pay attention to Louisville. But I'm talking about it's some beast out there that's from outside of Louisville, from Lexington, from Bowling Green, from Bayfield, Paducah, Western Kentucky, like Fulton, all these people coming together, the hop towns of the world, the Madisonvilles, everybody coming together, making crazy music and doing things. So we don't just put the spotlight on a big market. We spotlight the spots that's kind of that's left out a little bit, but those people are dope. You know what I'm saying? We got dope artists in Eastern Kentucky. You got dope artists in Central Kentucky. So everybody's not tapped in, and that's my job. My job is to make sure that you understand that these people are out there, and we're gonna put the spotlight on.
I think that is amazing. I know that you had to probably go through some trials and tribulations just to get this here. So tell us a little bit about, some of those things that you had to go through to get here.
Well, everybody knows me. If you ever see me, I wave the Kentucky flag, not the University of Kentucky, but I'm just saying the Kentucky flag. So I wave that everywhere. I've been all over the world. And everywhere we go, from my personal DJ logo to my clothing brand, everything has Kentucky incorporated. So we always wave that flag. So it's nothing for me. I done been in battles with the best of them. I've been all over the world and scream when it wasn't popular. That's why I got a shirt right now that we be knocking that says I rep Kentucky before it was popular, because I really did. Like I'm not playing before people was out here saying like, yo, this is Kentucky, whatever. We was outside waving that flag. Not just me, but a lot of the DJs, a lot of the artists, a lot of the people that was at the forefront before it was popular. And now it's a little bit easier now. You can say you're from Kentucky, you got a bunch of artists to fall back on. But before, when it wasn't, well, we went through hell. But we made it work.
And that's one thing about Kentucky. We're always going to make it work. So give us just one moment. We'll be right back after this commercial break. staying plugged in with us while we went to that quick commercial break. Now I am back here with DJ Slikk, and I want him to tell us a little bit about the event you have going on for the week to get, the crowd and get the contestants all together to mix and match and mingle. Tell us about that.
Okay, so we have, if you go to the KUEA Awards.com, you can see the whole rundown. We have stuff going on all week leading up to the awards. The real big things that are still coming up, we have on a Friday before every award show, we do an industry mixer. So it's like an event where the nominees can come out and get interviewed. You can come in and just network and mingle with people. So that's a real big thing on the Friday before. This year we're doing it at Groove. It's from 7 to 9 in Louisville. And then the actual show is Saturday the 20th. The red carpet starts at 4 and the show starts promptly at 7. And I'm a person that's a stickler about time. So we start at 7. So with or without you, we start at 7. So 7 o'clock is the time. And it's a dope event, man. It's just a great networking opportunity. It's a place where the biggest and the best from around the state come. And then people from other markets come because they know that when I'm there, I'm going to see the best from the whole state in one spot. And where can you really do that? Like, where can you really go to where you're going to see the big dogs from the whole state there in one swoop? And just, you can get a whole bunch of content. You can meet a whole bunch of people. I mean, I make lifelong friends from these events. So I mean, of course I run it, but I also preach the power of networking, and we gotta network. And this is the place to get a whole bunch of bang for your buck.
I think that's great. I know that networking in Kentucky is like here nor there, but bringing it all in one space, especially with the people who are like-minded like you, is always great, and it's always such a wonderful experience. So tell me a little bit about the feature artists that you have this year.
All right, so this year our feature artist is Mike Bombada. He is a person that is just, killing the streets right now. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff. He got records, he got merch. He is a character in himself, and he is a great representation of Kentucky, man. He's a person that's working. I'm talking about not taking a day off. He's doing music, he's doing clothing, he's doing all sorts of different type of merch. I mean, if you research him, you can figure out what he do. But he does a whole bunch of things, man. And I'm so happy that Shark Living and Mike Bombada is partnering with us this year to help us bring a dope show, and he's gonna have a crazy performance. So you definitely want to make sure that you're there to see that.
That sounds epic. So tell the people just a little bit about how they could get like an inside look of the show.
If you want any information, just go to their website. You can see past footage, you can see past winners, you can see pictures, you can see all sorts of things. And then if you follow the allegiance on anything, you can find all of that information as well. I mean, it's pretty simple to get on, but it's one of those things. It's like when you want some information and somebody say, man, you could just Google it and find it. It's real easy, but it's hard for us to pick up that phone and Google something sometimes. I don't know why, but it is, and that's one of those things. But now you don't have to Google it. Just look for KUEA Awards.com, and it's there, KUE Awards.com, and you can get all of that information in one swoop, and that'll give you personal information. You can find my phone number on there. You can call me and talk about me. If I did it good, then give me some props, and if it's weak, tell me it's weak. I'm with that too, man. We all we want to do is get better. We're not the end all be all, and we definitely don't know everything, but we want to try to make it bigger and better every year, and every year it gets bigger and better. So that's what we're working on.
So you've been doing this for 7 years. So what is one of your favorite moments from a past award show that you always think about, you always reflect on as one of your most epic moments at the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards?
I would say at the very first one, or maybe number 2. I don't know. I'm a little old. Sometimes they blend together. But one time we had Ja, which is an artist from here, NF and Ninja, and he performed, and we were all in. People perform at awards and people do stuff. He performed and changed the whole climate of a room. I've never really seen that before. Like, it was to the point where everybody was listening to this man perform, and people was coming like, yo, I had chills when he was performing. And he's a rapper or a singer or a melodic type of person, and I think people just felt the pain in his song. And I always go back to that moment because that was one of those things where I was like, okay, we're on the right track. Like, this is what we need to be doing because the climate of the room was like, yo, like, I don't care if I don't know him. This is crazy. Like, I want to be involved in what he has going on. So like that type of thing. We want to showcase the biggest and the best, but we also want to showcase the up and coming people that really got the heart of the streets are, you know, just doing stuff. And I don't know, that's just one of those moments that always going to stick out with me.
So tell us a little bit about how you pay homage, you know, to where you're from. Because I know you said that you're from Mayfield, I believe.
Yeah. I'm from Mayfield, Kentucky. So
tell me a little bit about, you know, how you pay homage to where you're from and your roots and, you know, how this reflects in this award show. Because we're not only, you know, showcasing our bigger cities here, we're showcasing our smaller cities as well.
Yeah, well, one good thing about coming from Mayfield is I know how it feels to come from a smaller market, a market that people overlook, a market where sometimes people say you can't have a voice because you're from that small place. So I made it my mission to be like, okay, y'all want to try to be like that? I'm going to make sure everywhere I go, you hear me and you know that I'm from Mayfield. So every time I introduce myself, I'm the Mayfield beginner, always. And I represent Bowling Green because I went to college in Bowling Green, and Bowling Green helped mold me. So I went to Western. I always throw that in the mix. And I live in Louisville, you know what I'm saying? So I love Louisville. Louisville embraced me and, you know what I'm saying, took me in, understood my struggle. So, I mean, I have to rep all of Kentucky. And even though I say those names, I still represent Providence and Madisonville, Hoptown, and all these other markets in Lexington, and all these other markets, because I go there and I talk to these people and I know the field, and everybody ain't going to those markets. So everybody can't go there and be like, hey, bro, I can say this about this person. I know somebody from there. Everybody can't do that, but I made it my mission to do that. So that's just where it went. And everybody went with me and trusted that vision. So now I'm following some of these younger cats' visions to, you know what I'm saying, go to these other markets that I don't know too much about and just learn. And I'm willing to work with people. I never thought that I was too big or too small to work with anybody. So I try to keep that mind frame, and our whole DJ crew, the Legions, everybody's like that. And if they not like that, they really not in the mix with us.
Definitely. I definitely understand. I am a graduate of Western Kentucky University as well.
That's what's up.
I graduated with my degree in journalism and African American studies. So I definitely understand, you know, coming from a smaller market and coming to a bigger city, it's hard to come across these opportunities and network because they're just totally different ideas and standards in different places. So I love that you're bringing all the standards together and making them all equal as one in this space. So no one has to feel like, oh, I'm here or I'm here. We're all coming together to collaborate and network for the greater good of our entertainment community here in Kentucky. So we're going to go straight to commercial break. You guys stay locked in and plugged in with us on Plug News. We're back from commercial break, and I'm here with DJ Slikk. All right, so give me a little advice. Tell the younger generation a little advice of how to get themselves to this moment, so one day they'll be able to receive an award.
Just to be honest, is simple. Keep working. That's it. Like it's not like a lot of people try to wait on the perfect moment or try to do something, like wait on a sign. Like it ain't no sign, it ain't no perfect moment. Just get going. If you're not ready, build it. It's one of those things they say, build a plane as you're trying to fly. Like get going. Like just do it. It's one of those things. If you stay consistent, people will finally start to see your vision. Like I've started so many things. Like I do a show called Booth Action. I don't care if nobody else sees my vision. I got the vision. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna find like-minded individuals who like it and want to be involved. And then I push and move with those people. I never really like stay too rigid, meaning like I'm not gonna bend or fold or move. You got to kind of be like fluid with it, and just if it didn't start that way, like I started off DJing. Whoever thought I'd be running an award show or having a clothing line or doing booth action like I was just talking about or any of this stuff. It's just something that just came. So you kind of got to like go with the flow and figure out what you need and follow your passion. If you do that, you'll find people that are like you and and want to be helped, and it evolves into wherever you want it to evolve to.
So when you reflect back on your younger self, what is something that inspired you and pushed you so hard to go hard in everything that you do?
Well, I was just talking to Marley Moore about this. The whole purpose was just to put Kentucky on the map. Like we didn't have anything. I mean, of course we had, to be honest, like I was around when Nappy Roots first started, you know what I'm saying? So I've been, they're my peoples, you know what I'm saying? So like I've been around like in the mix with them early because I went to Western, so they went to Western. So like I've been around, you know what I'm saying? So I've been in the mix. And with all that being said, like I've seen it to where it was like rough. You know what I'm saying? I seen me being happy for them, just thinking somebody from Kentucky's going. And then I seen the backlash that they got. And I mean, they got good. They got tons and tons of good. But I also seen backlash, and I didn't understand it at one point. But now I kind of understand it as in an older age. I understand that wasn't a reflection of what everybody thought Kentucky was going to, be when it finally blew. So then in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, if these are my people and I'm happy for them, like, I guess there's other ways that people can look at Kentucky, and we need to show more representation. So my goal became to be, let's just get anybody who got talent, let's push it out to the forefront. So everywhere I went, like I said, I waved that Kentucky flag, and it was just like, I was on a mission to be like, yo, like some Kentucky got something to say type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just one of those things. Like Kentucky has something to say, and we got bigger than what y'all just seeing at one point, or what y'all never seen. So that's one of those things. So what kept me going was to be like, we got to push Kentucky to the forefront. And now I'm talking about, we got super big dogs. Now you got the biggest rappers in the game and some of the biggest R&B artists in the game that are just from Kentucky and waving that flag too. So shoot, I feel like we not mission accomplished because we ain't there all the way yet. But boy, it looks way better than it was, because at one point in time, it was rough. They was handling us rough out here, but we make it work.
Definitely. So, I mean, you have any other performances going on that night that people can look up for?
Yeah. So right now, we got like a couple of crazy surprises. So I can't really speak on it, but I promise you're not gonna be disappointed. But right now, like I told you, Mike Bombada, Shark Living, that's our featured artist. So Mike's gonna get on, and he's gonna go crazy. I know y'all know Super Steez and all that stuff. He is a character in himself, so it's gonna be all kind of energy with that one. We also have Slime Bucci, who is from Lexington, that is gonna be performing. We have Q Biz from Lexington that's gonna be performing. Our show is hosted by DJ Empty Beats and Bella Ray, and then we have Easy the DJ who is DJing. And then, of course, I don't do all this we have a whole panel of stuff. I'm just like a representation of maybe a face of it at some point. But shout out to AP, who does all the stage stuff and handles the actual functioning of the show and how the rundown is and all that stuff. So, it's a whole big team collective. I just happen to be the face of it sometimes. But those people will be performing, and you're going to see some crazy stuff. There's going to be some other things happening.
So tell our viewers where they can find you and how they can connect with you on social media.
I'm DJ Slikk on everything, at DJ Slikk, DJ SLIKK. It's right there on the screen, so there you go. Yeah, just like that.
That's great. So it was wonderful having this interview with you. I hope that one time or another we'll all be able to come in this space and we'll just keep elevating as a whole in Kentucky because Kentucky got it going on. It's a lot of people that think that Kentucky don't have it going on, but we got it going on behind the scenes.
Now we definitely got it. And I'm about to put you to work. I didn't know you went to Western, so now you got a connection. I'm about to put you to work. So whenever you're ready, just give me a call, man. I'm telling you, right? We can work this week. Let's go.
That's a bet. Now, thank you guys for staying locked in on this segment of Plug News. Stay plugged in with us.